Welcome back to AI Podcasters, everyone. We're diving deep into the world of engineering today, specifically all the different streams that are gaining traction, especially over in India.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how it's just one word, but it covers such a huge and constantly changing field.
It really does. And, for anyone in India especially, thinking about what they want to do, whether you're a student or maybe you're looking for a career change or even just someone who is curious, really understanding these different streams can be so valuable.
Absolutely. I like to think of it like picking a path through a jungle. You really want to see what's up ahead before you start walking.
I love that analogy so much. Let's map out this jungle, okay? Our sources have actually pointed us toward 10 key engineering streams. Not only are these relevant today in India, but they also hold a ton of potential for the future.
10. Wow. Okay, we've got a lot to cover then. But before we jump into all the details, I think it's good to remember just how broad engineering is. It's not just about like building bridges or writing code. It's about using scientific principles to solve real-world problems. And that opens up so many possibilities.
That's such a good point. I think a lot of people kind of get stuck on that image of an engineer with the hard hat. But in reality, engineers are working behind the scenes in almost every part of our lives. So where do we even start with these 10 streams?
Well, there's so much buzz around it these days. So how about computer science and engineering? Or CSE, as most people call it.
CSE. It feels like it's behind every headline we see. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are familiar with terms like AI and algorithms, but what is it that really makes CSE tick? Like, what sets it apart?
Basically, CSE is all about the digital world. Think software, algorithms, all that data that makes our devices and online experiences possible. It's the force behind everything, from apps on your phone to complex systems that power global networks.
It's crazy to think that just a few decades ago, CSE was this like niche field, and now it's basically taken over the world. What's driving that huge growth, and what does it mean for the future of CSE?
I think it's this combination of how fast technology is advancing and what society needs. Our world relies more and more on digital solutions every day, whether that's for communication, entertainment, or tackling big problems like climate change. And CSE is leading that whole digital revolution.
It sounds like CSE is where the real magic happens. It's not just understanding the technology, it's using it to actually build the future.
Okay, so we've got CSE checked off our list. What's next?
Let's go from the digital world to the physical world of electronics. Electronics and communication engineering. Most people know it as ECE.
ECE, another field that just keeps changing. But before we get into all the latest development, can you break down what ECE actually is? What do these engineers focus on? Think about all the devices that keep us connected. Smartphones, laptops, wireless networks, even the satellites sending signals from space. ECE is all about making those devices work and ensuring communication across those distances.
So it's like this intricate mix of hardware and software, that delicate balance that lets information flow so smoothly.
Exactly. ECE engineers are the ones behind the circuits, the chips, the antennas, all the complex systems that allow us to send and receive information so fast.
And with technology advancing so quickly, what's the future of ECE? What are the things that are getting these engineers excited?
The world is only becoming more interconnected, and ECE is at the heart of it all. We're talking about 5G and beyond, the Internet of Things, IoT. That means everyday objects are getting smart and connected. Plus, we're developing even more advanced communication networks. That's going to change how we live, work, and interact with each other.
It sounds like ECE is constantly pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
driven by that need we all have to connect and communicate. Okay, so we've explored CSE and the connected world of ECE. What's next?
Let's stick with electronics, but get a little more specific. Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, or EIE.
EIE. This one sounds a bit more specialized. Where does EIE fit into all of this?
Imagine a world where industrial processes just work perfectly, where machines are super precise and efficient, and all these complex systems are monitored and controlled without any issues. That's where EIE comes in.
So it's about bringing order to the chaos of industry, making sure everything runs smoothly.
You got it. EI engineers are the ones who design, develop, and implement those intricate instrumentation and control systems. They're the unsung heroes who keep industries running. They make sure things are accurate, reliable, and safe in manufacturing, energy production, healthcare, basically every sector you can think of.
It sounds like a field that needs a certain kind of person. Someone who enjoys those details, troubleshooting problems, making sure everything is working perfectly. But with automation and all the new technologies coming out, what does the future hold for EIE?
The scope of EIE is growing so fast. As more industries use automation, robotics, and smart technologies, the need for skilled EIE professionals is skyrocketing. They're the ones who will design the control systems for those smart factories, develop the sensors that keep an eye on critical infrastructure, and make sure all those complex automated systems work perfectly.
So it's both essential and exciting. A great mix of precision and innovation. Okay, we've covered three awesome streams already, but our journey through engineering is just beginning. What's next?
Let's switch gears from electronics. Let's talk about something that's considered the backbone of engineering, mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering. A classic for a reason. It seems like mechanical engineers are involved in everything.
They really are. From the cars we drive to robots of the future, mechanical engineering is about understanding movement, how forces work together, and creating machines and systems that are efficient and reliable.
It's a really hands-on field, working with the tangible parts of the world.
Mhm.
But what makes it so versatile? What are some of the areas where these engineers really make a difference?
The best part about mechanical engineering is how broad it is. We're talking about designing everything from tiny parts to huge systems like power plants and airplanes. They're in manufacturing, robotics, automotive design, energy production, even emerging fields like nanotechnology and biomechanics.
It's amazing to think about all the projects they might work on. And with all the technological changes happening, how is this field changing?
The future of mechanical engineering is brighter than ever. Automation, robotics, and the demand for sustainable solutions are all growing. And mechanical engineers are leading the way in innovation. They'll be the ones designing the next generation of robots, making energy systems more efficient, basically creating the machines that'll shape our world in the years to come.
Mechanical engineering. It really shows the power of human ingenuity and how important it is to understand the physical world. Okay, we've explored four amazing streams, but our deep dive isn't over yet. What other wonders of engineering are waiting for us?
Let's move from machines to the structures that shape our world. Let's talk about civil engineering.
Civil engineering, the builders of our world. I think about skyscrapers, bridges, all those roads and infrastructure that connect cities.
That's it. Civil engineering is all about shaping the physical world. It's about designing, constructing, and maintaining the infrastructure that makes modern life possible. And it's not just about making things work, it's about creating a world that's safe, sustainable, and even aesthetically pleasing.
It sounds like a field with a lot of responsibility. Civil engineers are literally building the foundations of our society.
Yeah.
But beyond the obvious structures, where else are civil engineers making a difference?
Civil engineering goes way beyond buildings and bridges. It's about managing water resources, creating sustainable transportation, protecting our environment, making sure our communities can handle natural disasters.
It's incredible to think about their impact on every part of our lives. And with so much focus on sustainability and climate change, what does the future look like for civil engineering?
Civil engineering is going through a really interesting transformation. It's not just about bigger buildings anymore. It's about building smarter and more sustainably. We're talking about green buildings, eco-friendly infrastructure, smart cities that use technology to be more efficient and improve quality of life, plus resilient designs that can handle the challenges of a changing world.
Civil engineering is where creativity meets practicality. Vision shapes the world, and progress is always tied to sustainability. Okay, we've explored five amazing streams, but our journey isn't over yet. What's next on our list?
Let's dive into a field that powers our modern world: electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering. It's basically impossible to imagine life without it. From the moment we wake up to when we go to sleep, we're surrounded by devices and systems that use electricity.
You're right. Electrical engineering is all about understanding, harnessing, and controlling electricity to create everything from tiny circuits in our phones to giant power grids for entire cities.
So it needs a deep understanding of physics and a knack for working with complex systems. But what are some of the specific areas where electrical engineers are making a difference?
The great thing about electrical engineering is how far-reaching it is. Electrical engineers are involved in power generation and distribution. They design the systems that bring electricity to our homes and businesses, and they're at the forefront of developing renewable energy technologies like solar and wind power.
So they're playing a crucial role in shaping our energy landscape. As technology keeps advancing, what does the future hold for this field? What's getting them excited?
The future of electrical engineering is pretty electrifying, to say the least. As we move towards a more sustainable energy future, electrical engineers are leading the way. They're developing smart grids, microgrids, and energy storage solutions These are going to completely change how we generate, distribute, and use electricity.
It sounds like electrical engineering is a field where innovation never stops, and the potential to make a difference is huge. 6 fascinating streams down, but our deep dive continues. What else is on our list?
Let's take our exploration to the skies. Let's talk about aerospace and space engineering.
Now that's a field that really sparks the imagination. Designing airplanes, developing spacecraft, aerospace and space engineering is all about pushing the limits of what we can do.
You got it. Aerospace and space engineering is all about pushing those limits, both in the skies and in the vastness of space. It's about designing, building, and testing everything from commercial planes to satellites orbiting Earth to spacecraft going beyond our solar system.
It sounds like it attracts a certain type of person, someone who loves challenges, dreams big, and is always looking for new frontiers to conquer. But beyond space exploration, what are some of the more practical applications?
While space is definitely exciting, aerospace and space engineering has a big impact on our everyday lives. All the advancements in aircraft design and technology have changed air travel, making it safer, more efficient, and more accessible. And satellites have transformed communication, navigation, weather forecasting, so many aspects of modern life.
It's amazing how a field focused on space has such a big impact here on Earth. Speaking of the future, what's next for aerospace and space engineering? What are the exciting developments?
The future of aerospace and space engineering is full of possibilities. We're talking about hypersonic aircraft that could completely change air travel, space travel becoming more commercialized, and the continued exploration of our solar system and beyond.
It sounds like a field that never stops innovating. Okay, 7 down, 3 to go.
Huh?
What's next on our list of engineering wonders?
Let's dive into a field that's changing how we live, work, and interact with the world: artificial intelligence and data science.
AI and data science. Everyone's talking about these fields. It's hard to miss the headlines about self-driving cars, personalized medicine, and algorithms that seem to predict our every move.
You're right. AI and data science are transforming our world quickly, and they're only going to become more influential.
But before we get carried away by the hype, let's break it down. What exactly do AI and data science involve? What are the core principles?
At their heart, AI and data science are about getting knowledge and insights from data. We're talking about algorithms that can recognize patterns, make predictions, and learn from experience. It's using the power of computers to understand complex systems and make smart decisions.
So it's not just about crunching numbers, it's about using data to solve problems, make things more efficient, and even create new possibilities.
Exactly. AI and data science are changing industries from healthcare to finance to transportation to manufacturing. They're helping us create personalized medicine, make transportation safer and more efficient, and even design better products and services.
So it's a field where creativity meets technical expertise. Thinking outside the box is just as important as writing code. What does the future hold for these fast-moving fields? What are the experts excited about?
The future of AI and data science is super exciting. We're talking about AI systems that can understand and respond to human language, AI being used more in robotics and automation, and the potential for AI to help us solve some of the world's biggest problems like climate change and disease.
It sounds like the possibilities are endless, and the potential for impact is huge. 8 down, 2 to go. What's next on our whirlwind tour of engineering?
Let's shift gears a bit and talk about a field that's been around for over a century but is changing in amazing ways: automobile engineering.
Automobile engineering. It gave us the freedom of the open road and the convenience of personal transportation. But in a world that's increasingly focused on sustainability and technology, how is automobile engineering adapting?
You've hit the nail on the head. Automobile engineering is going through a revolution. The basic principles of designing, building, and testing vehicles are still there, but the technologies driving those principles are changing rapidly.
So it's a field that's embracing the future while honoring its past.
Exactly. We're talking about the shift from gas engines to electric power, the rise of advanced driver assistance systems and autonomous driving, and the development of connected cars that can talk to each other and to the world around them.
It sounds like automobile engineering is where tradition meets innovation, where the passion for creating amazing machines meets the commitment to building a more sustainable and technologically advanced future. But with all this change happening so quickly, what does the future hold? What are the things that are getting automotive engineers excited?
The future of automobile engineering is all about creating smarter, safer, and more sustainable vehicles. We're talking about even more efficient electric powertrains, autonomous driving technology getting even better, and exploring alternative fuels like hydrogen. And let's not forget about flying cars. They're not just a futuristic fantasy anymore.
Automobile engineering, a field that keeps pushing the limits, driven by a passion for creating machines that make our lives better and shape how we get around. 9 streams down, 1 to go. We've seen so many amazing areas of engineering, but our journey's not over yet. What's the final destination on our deep dive?
Let's finish with a field that sounds straight out of science fiction, quantum science and technology.
Quantum science and technology. Now that's a field that really captures the imagination. But I have to admit, it also sounds a bit intimidating. What exactly is quantum science, and how is it being used to create new technology?
Quantum science is a mind-bending field that explores the strange world of subatomic particles. It's a world where the usual rules of physics don't apply, and where particles can be in multiple states at the same time. And while it might seem abstract, quantum science is already having a huge impact on technology.
So how is this abstract field being turned into real technologies? What are some of the practical applications?
Quantum science is leading to breakthroughs in computing, communication, and sensing. We're talking about quantum computers that could revolutionize fields like drug discovery, material science, and artificial intelligence, quantum communication networks that would be practically impossible to hack, and quantum sensors that could detect tiny changes in gravity, magnetic fields, and other physical phenomena.
It sounds like quantum science is going to change so many industries, but it also seems like it needs a very specific skill set. What kind of background and training do you need to work in quantum science and technology?
You're right, it's a very specialized field. You need a strong foundation in physics, math, and computer science. But for people who love intellectual challenges and want to make groundbreaking discoveries, quantum science and technology offers an amazing and rewarding career.
Quantum science and technology,
Yeah.
pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and opening up possibilities that used to be science fiction. So there you have it, 10 incredible engineering streams, each with its own unique challenges and opportunities.
It's been quite a journey exploring this diverse and dynamic world.
It really has. But I imagine some of our listeners might be feeling a bit overwhelmed with all this information.
Mm.
How do you choose the right path when there are so many options?
That's a great question. And it's one we'll be tackling in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore some practical tips and strategies to help you navigate this exciting world of engineering and find the stream that's the perfect fit for you.
That sounds so helpful. So for everyone listening, don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with part 2 of our deep dive into engineering streams. We'll help you figure out how to choose the path that's right for you. Stay tuned.
Wow, we really went through a lot, haven't we? From computer science to quantum science, it's clear that engineering has so much to offer.
It's incredible to see how much variety there is in this field and how every stream is shaping the future in its own way.
Definitely. But like you just said, with so many choices, it can be tough to figure out where you belong.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like being at a crossroads with 10 different paths leading in different directions.
Yeah.
How do you pick the right one for you?
Well, there's no magic answer or anything, but there are some things you can do to figure it out. It all starts with taking a look at yourself.
Looking at ourselves, you mean like some kind of engineering soul searching?
Kind of. The first step is to really think about yourself. What are you interested in? What are you passionate about? What are you good at?
So it's about finding that perfect match between what you naturally enjoy and what a particular field requires. Because let's be honest, engineering is tough, and you're more likely to succeed if you actually love what you're doing.
Exactly. Passion is what keeps you going when things get hard. So take some time to think about what truly excites you. Think
Mhm.
about your favorite subjects in school, the projects you really enjoyed, the things you can do for hours and not even notice the time passing. Those are usually signs of where your true passions are.
It's like those personality tests that tell you what kind of animal you are, but instead of finding your spirit animal, you're finding your engineering spirit stream.
I like that. Now, once you know what you're drawn to, the next step is research. Really dig into the streams that you're interested in and get a better sense of what they're actually about.
So go beyond just the basics and see what it would be like to actually work in that field every day.
Exactly. Explore what's taught in different engineering programs, read articles, watch videos about the latest trends in each field, and talk to people who are already working in those areas. Ask them about their experiences, the challenges they face, and what they find most rewarding about their jobs.
Talking to people who are already doing it can be so helpful. It's like getting a sneak peek behind the scenes before you fully commit.
Absolutely. Networking and mentorship can make a huge difference in helping you make the right decision. Don't be afraid to reach out to people on LinkedIn. Go to industry events or connect with professors or alumni from your school. They can offer amazing insights.
It's like crowdsourcing your career exploration. And speaking of crowdsourcing, I think it's also important to understand what's happening in the industry. What's the job market like for each stream?
Mm.
What are the areas that are growing? Are there any new trends that are creating new opportunities?
You're totally right. It's super important to think about the practical side of things, too. Researching industry trends, job outlook, and salary expectations can give you a realistic picture of what to expect and help you make a decision that aligns with your long-term career goals.
It's about balancing what you love with what's realistic. You want to choose something you're passionate about, but also make sure it offers good career paths and room to grow.
Exactly. Now, even with all this self-reflection and research, you might still be a bit lost or uncertain, and that's totally normal. Picking a career is a big decision, and it's okay to ask for help.
So who should we talk to? What's the best way to get guidance?
There are so many resources out there to help you figure things out. Talk to your parents, teachers, or guidance counselors. Connect with career advisors at your school or university. And don't forget about those people who are already working in the fields you're interested in. Their real-world experience can be incredibly valuable.
It's like having a personal guide to help you navigate through all the career choices. They've been there, done that, and they can offer great advice and support along the way.
Exactly. And as you're learning more and getting advice, remember to think about your long-term goals. Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, even 20 years? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? The engineering stream you choose can help you get there.
It's not just about getting any job. It's about building a career that you're happy with and that makes a difference and that matches your values and dreams.
I couldn't agree more. Engineering is more than just a job. It's a way to use what you know to make the world a better place. Whether you're designing sustainable cities, developing new medical technologies, or exploring space engineering gives you the power to shape the future.
That's so inspiring. So to sum it all up, finding the right engineering stream is a journey of self-discovery. You need to understand yourself, what you're interested in, and what your goals are. Then it's about doing your research, exploring different options, and talking to mentors and people in the field to get their advice.
And most importantly, remember that your choice isn't permanent. The world of engineering is always changing, and so are you. Be open to new opportunities, keep learning new things, and never stop exploring all the amazing things this field has to offer.
Very well said. So that wraps up part 2 of our deep dive into engineering streams. Join us for the final part where we'll go over everything we've learned and leave you with some final thoughts to think about. See you there. And we're back for the final part of our engineering deep dive. It feels like we've explored the entire world of engineering, from those intricate circuits in ECE to the mind-blowing world of quantum science.
Yeah, we've definitely covered a lot. But you know what's interesting? Despite all their differences, each of these streams has something in common. They're all about solving problems and creating solutions that actually make a difference.
That's so true. It doesn't matter if you're building bridges that connect communities or developing algorithms for intelligent machines, or even pushing the boundaries of space exploration. It's all about using your skills to make a positive impact.
That's what makes engineering so exciting. It's where creativity meets practicality, where innovation is driven by that desire to make things better, and where there are truly no limits.
Speaking of no limits, one of the things we've learned is that engineering isn't stuck in the past. It's constantly changing, adapting to new problems, and embracing new technology.
That's what's so great about it. If you love to learn, if you're excited about pushing boundaries and you're ready to make a difference, then engineering might be the perfect field for you.
We've also talked about how important it is to find the right fit, choosing a stream that matches your interests, your skills, and your long-term goals.
And we explored how valuable self-reflection, research, mentorship, and networking are in helping you make that choice.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to remember?
I think it's this engineering isn't just about technical skills, it's a way of thinking. It's about curiosity, creativity, being willing to learn and grow, and a passion for making a real impact.
That's a great way to put it. Engineering is about shaping the future, and that's something we can all be excited about.
Absolutely. So, to everyone listening, whether you're a student figuring out your options, a professional looking for new challenges, or just someone who's fascinated by the world around us, remember this. The world needs more engineers, more problem solvers, more innovators.
And who knows? Maybe this deep dive has sparked someone's interest, ignited a passion, and set them on the path to an amazing engineering career.
That would be fantastic because when it comes down to it, engineering is about more than just building things. It's about building a better future for all of us.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the world of engineering. We hope you found it informative, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit life-changing.
And if you're feeling inspired to learn more, keep going. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep pushing the limits of what's possible.
That's what engineering is all about. Thanks for listening to AI Podcaster, and we'll see you on the next Deep Dive.